Welcome, everyone. Happy Thursday. I was about to say Wednesday, but my week is so thrown off. Welcome to the Refueling Station Live. I'm Dr. Erin Wheeler. I am the CEO of Gracefully Productive. We are a company that that's dedicated to really helping innovate leadership development. And we also specialize in supporting leaders of color in the social impact sector. So that's education, medicine, diversity, equity, inclusion. And we use a well-being lens to really innovate leadership, but also empower the actual leader, not just about the work. So this is the Refueling Station. This is a place where leaders of color can live, be, and do well. And I am, again, Dr. Erin Wheeler. I'm getting used to my New Year's introduction because I did change one big thing at the end of 2023. I decided that I'm going to have be bold in what I want to do, and I'm on a mission to help 1 million leaders exit burnout and thrive in all areas. So I'll be doing this through this live show. I'll be doing this through live experiences, one-to-one coaching, and group coaching, workshops, retreats, all of those great things. So stay tuned, stay connected with me because I am promising some really good things, and I'm really excited to work with you and see you in at least one of them. So, thank you so much for joining me. Today's topic, we're going to explore the curse of competency. That is really tied to burnout. When I was thinking about all the ways that we get burnout and who gets burnout, think about my own experience. This is something I've had to work years on, still working on as a full-time entrepreneur, deciding what services I want to offer, what I want to do. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But I do want to make a few exciting announcements. If you're in Southeast Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Hammond, New Orleans, even Lafayette, I'll count y'all too. I'm hosting my 5th annual Level Up retreat. This is where women of color can gather for just take a few hours. I want to show people that it only takes a few hours of intentional thinking and reflection, collaboration, to really do major things in your life. I started this in 2020. I held my first one because I myself figured out that I've been outsourcing, again, the curse of competency, outsourcing my time and my space to everything else. And I did not have a chance to plan on my own. So in 2019, I found some hotel points and stayed by myself for 3 days, having pictures on a board, butcher paper on the wall, and I began to plan out exactly the big things that I want to do. And one of those things that went on the board was the actual having this retreat. My coaching company went on the board. My new book went on the board. Uh, there was a lot of things that you've seen me, if you know me, seen me. That's where those ideals were not only birthed but actually executed. I had the time and mental space. I gave myself time to think and dream and actually put it together, and it actually landed on my calendar, and I had real dates and real strategies, and that really helped me to propel me into what you're seeing today. So it is January 26th is that actual VIP vision board night. It's the pajama party. That's optional, but the actual retreat is on January 27th at the Crown Plaza here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And it's going to be a fun time this week. I hope to expose you to some of the participants who've been coming since my first one and continue to commit their time and investment to setting apart. And it's not just about simple goals. We have really big life transformations and businesses and books and new career changes have come out of this retreat only because we've set aside some intentional time to plan and reflect and do. I have a few, it's very limited. I'm limited to 15 spots because I do like a small intimate group. I'm about half sold. So if you want to really, if you're thinking about really joining me, even if you want to have a conversation with me to really talk about it, you feel free to book an appointment on my website or DM me if you connect to me on social media. I'm going to put the information on the screen, you can register at gracefullyproductive.com, and it comes with snacks. It comes with I give a personalized journal, customized journal every year, comes with your workbook, your planning materials, all of those good things. But your investment is definitely going to be worth it because you leave out with so much clarity. That is the one word that all of the participants left with on my first one, and continues to remain: clarity, just about things that they've been a little bit murky on. But if you can't make it out to Baton Rouge, I truly understand. I am sandwiched in between, aka aka uh, anniversary, Delta and Founders Day celebration, Mardi Gras. I'm sandwiched in between, but I do have another option for you. It is my first challenge, social media challenge, where I'm inviting everyone across the country and the world to join in intentional planning and strategizing. Not just, I really do want to get rid of those New Year's resolutions, because that's a pet peeve of mine as a productivity and success coach. I'm inviting you to the Get Your Life 5-day challenge. You might see it spelled properly on the flyer when I release it, but I'm saying it: get your life together. This year, 2024, we're not going to do the same things. You have so many things that you've been dreaming, visioning, wishing, hoping. This time, we're actually going to put it on paper, and it's not just going to be about one single thing. We're going to get a holistic view of how you can transform your life: mental, physical, financial, career wise. We're putting it all on paper. We're planning out. So the 5-day challenge takes you through the steps of intentional planning that I have created and used in many of my forms of workshops. It's really a time when you get unstuck, get clarity, and get real results. We could do the New Year's resolutions every year, and we still are still 50 pounds heavier. We're still $50,000 or more less in what we want in the bank. We're still not happy at our job. So if you want real change, real transformation, join this challenge. It's free. It's free. All you need to do is allot 1 hour in your evening time, quiet space, put the kids to bed, shut off the work computer, shut off the phone, and dedicate 1 hour a week during the week of January 19th through the 15th. So day one is discovery. You'll get the first, you'll be among the first people to experience my Get Your Life assessment to figure out where you need to focus on this year. Day two is locating your North Star, really refining your purpose and your mission. Day three is setting your priorities. What do you really, if you need to put 3 things you really want to dedicate your time, money, and energy to, what are they? Day four is calibrating that GPS, which is your goals, center around your priorities, and putting some strategy to really get some stuff done down to your daily task, and not just using a planner to just fill your life with things. And day five is reflect and commit, where we really erase some of those excuses, look ahead to the challenges, and figure out how to protect your goals, your time, your energy, your money, how to say no, how to stay committed and focused on what you want to do. So that's day five. That is the Get Your Life Challenge. Sign up, gracefullyproductive.com/challenge. I will add that to social media if you follow me. You're hearing it first. I'm actually going to drop this shortly after this live stream. So thank you so much for uh, I'm thanking you in advance, because I know that you are going to join me. I'm in faith that 100 people will join this first challenge. I'm really excited. Again, I have 1 million people to help to exit burnout, 1 million leaders to help exit burnout. So if that's you, business owner, pastor, minister, nonprofit leader, teacher, doctor, nurse, anybody, you're welcome to join this challenge. So let's get to our main topic today: curse of competency. I had planned to tell you a short story, but thank God some of my memory is leaving me. But I'm going to give you the gist of it. So, in my first big girl job, I was assistant provost of a university, came in as assistant vice president of student success. Keep that in mind. That's really important to the story. I came in, I really did my due diligence. I crafted my own job description. I set my boundaries before I went. I asked exactly what I needed, what I wanted, my non negotiables, everything. I was ready. I really just wanted to work with, I love team building. So I was really enjoying building my team, spending time with my team. I actually liked my team. We laughed. I created the one thing I wanted to create a, well, now we know Google may not be that great, but then I wanted to create a Google like environment where it was fun. We had whiteboards. I put in all the strategies I knew to motivate employees, to make them relax and have fun, and all those great things I've always wanted to do with my team. Did it. I actually found a place in the university where I can put my whole team. I was over 5 departments, six probably. And I just wanted to be in that little bubble. I created a bubble for me and my team because everything else was on fire. I promise you I wasn't looking for work. I wasn't. I was just being me. I stayed quiet in board meetings. I even, if you've been listening to a lot of my videos, I even had security to come pull me out of the office because I really didn't want to go to a board meeting. I didn't want it. Some people might say, "Hey, I want to be at the table. I want to be bigger than this, and I want in. I don't want it." No, I didn't want the problems because I had enough of my own. I stayed to myself. I promise. I promise. I promise. However, I went to a cabinet meeting. I was invited to a cabinet meeting dealing with some bigger stuff. And every item, I swear, on the agenda, I was responsible for two, but I swear every other item, 3 items later, my name was brought up. And I'm like, how? And the president of the university looked at everybody across the table and he said something. This is the part I can't remember. It was something to the fact that put too much on it's either a horse or a donkey. It wasn't gonna ride. I didn't even take offense to being, but I got his metaphor. It was the point that everybody started looking to me all of a sudden to do things. And so he recognized, hey, this is a new girl. She got her own job to do. Y'all keep looking to her to do it. That's not that she's going to become overwhelmed at some point and not be effective. I appreciate it. Not the metaphor, but I appreciated it, right? But that is that is the example of the curse of competency where I was just being myself. At that point I learned to keep my mouth closed because I do know stuff and I see problems and I may have it. And so I do remain quiet. That's if you're around me, that's why I remain quiet because I feel like every time I say if you give an idea, you're obligated to do it. And I didn't want to do it. So I stay quiet, right? The curse of competency is the idea that people who are good at things, who can get it done quickly and effectively, are asked to do more and more. This can lead to a situation where people are asked to accept too many tasks, sign up for too many clients, business owners, do too much volunteer work, moms, dads who are just inundated with your kid has a social calendar, you have a social calendar, you're on this board, you're on that board. At a certain point, you can't be effective and you have so many obligations and you're trying to stay true to all of them, it's nearly impossible. Put in the chat if you're watching, whether it's later or you're watching this live, if you ever experienced that if you are a high achiever, that it just seems that, oh, you can get it done quicker. Oh, you can churn this out. You can do this quicker. And the tasks pile up. You may can do it quicker, but the amount of energy your body and your mind has can't compete with it. So why is this important to recognize? It's important because it really does lead to burnout. And this is what this refueling station is all about, is about helping us escape and avoid burnout. And burnout really does affect high achievers. This is one way to do it. Now, for me, I'm the science part of me. I love solving problems. I see problems. I see the strategy. I see the answer right then. Sometimes I have to stop and say, well, all you have to do is, and it could be it could be a mountain that you got to climb up, but I'm like, all you got to do is climb up the mountain. And here's the things, here's how you climb up the mountain. I can make it so simple. That problem solving and vision and executing has made me a commodity in the workplace, in my church, in the community, in every organization I'm a part of. So I have to watch what am I committing to? Even though I can do it and I've taught myself how to do it, doesn't mean I should be doing it. Some of the things you are doing doesn't mean that you should do it. And that's what leads to burnout. I have to learn that's not my problem to solve. I've actually placed boundaries. Who am I solving problems from? And am I solving the problem in a way that they are able to solve this problem again and again on their own, or will they keep coming back to me to solve it? And I don't have patience. I don't. I'm working on it, y'all. I don't have patience sometimes with I am a coach. If you come to me, coach, I'm gonna have patience with you. But otherwise, I don't have patience. I'll just do it mainly because I have a lot to do, and it keeps coming back. So you have to say, am I helping them for this one time? Am I teaching them how to do it on their own? Am I showing them in a way they're not coming back to me to do it? Am I onboarding in a way? Am I delegating in a way that it doesn't come back to me? I'm sharing my expertise one time, but they have to learn to accept ownership of this task. For me, I'm a strengths coach. One of my strengths is responsibility. Anything that comes on my plate, I feel obligated to do. So I have to protect that. So high achievers, perfectionists, problem solvers, people who just want to help, who are empathetic, this is how we get burned out. And you have to be aware of it, right? And a special look or special dive into those who have been working in nonprofit. So nonprofit is characteristic that we don't have enough resources, whether that's a nonprofit organization, education, higher education, it's never enough. We don't have enough time, enough money, enough people. It's never enough. So we've been used to being survival mode and we've learned to do things and we become competent in a lot of ways because we had to, but that doesn't mean that's our true strengths. That doesn't mean it's our true talents. So we burn ourselves out doing things that's not in our wheelhouse. Right now, I can do marketing, I can do social media, but I hate it. I've had to learn it on my own as a solopreneur. I had to do it, but I hate it. It does burn me out. And so I have to set boundaries of what I can do in my own and be able to source that out. So, why does this happen? How do we get saddled? Those of us who show up confident, knowledgeable, responsible, strong work ethic, get things done on time. People can count on us. How do we whether get ourselves in this position or how does it happen in our organizations? So here's my take. Leaders are not patient enough. You heard that word earlier. Leaders are not patient enough to train capable others. So you are here. They know you get it done quicker. They know you're going to say yes. They know not going to give attitude. No, you're not going to give pushback. So, but John and Jenny over here can do it. They just might need a little time, a little one on one so they can learn how to do it. They might need a little bit more coaching, coaxing, support, development. Leaders often choose the path of least resistance, and that's the least resistance coming to you already trained, or if you're not trained, you're going to learn it on your own and do it. They're going to come to you. Leaders often take the path of least resistance because they have a lot on their own plate that they didn't carve out and streamline. And so the quickest thing is to throw the ball to someone who knows will take and make the shot every time. The third reason is that culture calls for 100% capitalism. We're always working for that 100% efficiency. What comes in, what goes out, profitability. We're always looking at those numbers. And so when people say, well, what is she doing? Oh, she finished her project. She's done. Oh, we'll give her some more to do because she has to earn her keep. But I did everything, my job responsibility plus yours and theirs, and I still get it on my plate. That 100% efficiency will consume us, right? We're trying to be at 100%, where that time, the situation, our bodies, our mind, our physical resource, or the human capital can operate as 100%. We're human. We have flaws. We have times that we can't get things done on time quickly. We're not going to be at 100% all the time. That is why that happens, is that we every give them more to do, give them more work for, they have to earn their keep. No matter if they earn their keep 5 times over 3 months ago and they've made you 1 million in that time, that you still have to prove yourself and you still have to earn your keep. That is why the curse of competency still looms and will always rest on those who are the high achievers, top performers, the good employees. And it's not fair, right? So I want you, so this is a double look. You personally, and then you as a leader. You as a leader, are you actually employing these and having this to spread across your organization? Are you perpetuating this stereotype or this phenomenon? How do we break this curse? One, you have to, so this is the personal side. You have to refine your strengths. You as the leader, you as the CEO, you as a solopreneur, you as the manager, director, you have to know your strengths. You have to know what you're good at. You also have to know what brings you joy, because you're doing this anytime we're doing anything outside of our wheelhouse. Even if it's our strengths, there's still some ways to grow in our strengths. So even if we're doing anything outside and it doesn't bring us joy, you know that one task that you hate, you know it's going to take you so long and you hate it. You're going to grumble and complain. You're going to drag it on, and that drains your mental, that drains your emotional energy, and sometimes it drains your physical energy. So find what brings you joy, find what you're good at, like good at, carve it out for real, not the things that you've had to learn how to do or learn how to be good at. What things come natural to you, where are the areas you can grow naturally. Number three, find challenges inside those strengths where you could grow, so you can keep that energy and excitement up. Connect with others who have underutilized talents. So if you are a leader or you are that employee who seems to be the star, the one that everything falls in the lap of, look around at your colleagues, talk to your colleagues. If you're a leader, look at your employees, learn their strengths, learn what gives them joy, learn what they want to do, learn what problems that they see that they want to solve, so everyone can work where they find joy and in their strengths. So learn how to say no gracefully. That is number 5. We're gonna come back to that one. But if you this is we're gonna flip on this. If you're a leader, you need to take a holistic look at your organization needs and priorities. So many times we do these vanity strategic plans, and I hate it. I do strategic plan. I actually like it. I actually like it when it's done for real, and we're actually working the strategic plan every day. It's in my job description, it's tied to my objectives, it's tied to everything. If you tell me no, we don't have resource for this, is I'm gonna understand it. But so many times we have these vanity strategic plans that look pretty, sit on the shelf. We're trying to do something to make sure that our annual report looks good, but we're also doing all these random stuff for whether it's for grants or for this that don't even tie together. So double working your employees in your org because we've taken on too much. So if you streamline at the top, say these are our priorities. If you have time, you can do it. Find a minimal threshold, minimal goal. It may not be where we want to. We may pick that up next year, but these are our priorities. This is what you work on when you see employees allocating their time or having projects. You have to go in and say, hey, what projects do you have? How much time are you spending? What's the percent? So you can go and clean some of that up and help them prioritize so they're not overwhelmed with stuff and you having to keep putting more work on your employees. You need to have consistent check-ins. That's really how you get to know their strengths, their talents, their likes, their joys, how much work they have. Is having consistent check-ins. I would always ask, what's on your plate? What was accidentally put on your plate? What is on your plate that you can't get to, what's on your plate you need to get rid of. Those are conversations. And I would have it individually, and then we would have it as a team. And sometimes things can slide off somebody, slide on somebody else's, slide on, slide off. So everybody is working together and not getting overwhelmed. And you always have to keep that eye to see if you're perpetuating that stereotype or that phenomenon where you keep giving work to the person that's already overloaded. So I say ways to say no gracefully. That was number 5. So I'm going to give you those and we're going to wrap this up. I've learned how to say this. Some of these ways come in and come out. I'll tell you which one has come out of my vocabulary, but this has really helped me because I don't like to say no. I don't, but it was killing me. I don't. So here's some ways to say no gracefully. I appreciate your opportunity, but unfortunately, my plate is quite full. So this may work for outside of your job. I'll give you some insight outside of your job. This may work for the small business owner, the consultant, the speaker, the coach, the any service industry or anything where you're accepting opportunities. You may work and you're like, it might be money, but right now I can't get to it. And then my quality of work is going to go down, which is going to affect my reputation, right? You may not want to do that. I'm currently committed to a few projects and I want to give them my full attention. I won't be able to take on anything additional at the moment. If this is work, have conversations with your boss. Be strategic and intentional when you're feeling overwhelmed. Now, this is to see if your boss is a good leader or not, and if you may need to stay there or look for greener pastures. Have a conversation. Have your documentation. Say these are things I've been asked to work on. These are things I need to do. Bring up if they're even in your job description. Maybe your job description needs to shift, but ask to tell them which ones you should prioritize. And if your leader is keen on priorities of the org or the needs, he or she's going to say, hey, prioritize this, and this, and time we can look at this next quarter or down the line, or this is not really important. That's the conversation you should have with your boss if you're feeling overwhelmed and with tasks that people have just kind of thrown your way without even conversation or strategy. Number 3, I'm unable to take on more tasks right now, but I'd be happy to revisit this in a specific time. This is what's off my plate. When my schedule clears up, is this something we can consider? I've come to understand that my schedule probably never clears up, especially in this time of my life. So I really don't say that anymore, unless it's something I really, really want to work on or I know the timing is off. Number 4, thanks for thinking of me. Unfortunately, I have to be mindful of my current commitments and I can't take on anything new at this time. I hope you understand. Again, business owner, leader, solopreneur, any of the people who are in the service industry, stay connected to your network. One of my other strengths is connection. And I can see the correlation when I'm meeting people, and I'm always keeping a Rolodex in my mind of who needs, who has, and who needs to be connected. So always keep a pulse on your network. Who may be looking for other opportunities. I've had several coaches say, hey, you're new, your calendar's open, I'm full, I'm going to send people your way. So there's enough work for everybody. And again, learn the talents in your network of colleagues. So you can always know who wants who desires what project, who has a need. So that is the curse of competency. If you feel like you are overwhelmed at work, can't say no, it's seeping over to your life, you're exhausted, you don't have the energy, the emotional or physical energy to do anything, you just feel like your life is chaotic and you need a major life change and you don't want to go into 2024 with this burden, or you want 2024 to be distinctly different, or you need to go in a new direction, I urge you to schedule a discovery call with me. Schedule a discovery call. It's a free mini session. Just talk to see how coaching can help you. Or I've invited you to 3 ways you can connect with me. That is the Level Up Retreat if you're in Southeast Louisiana, or the Get Your Life Challenge as a way to slowly get into the groove of things of getting that change that you want in your life. You can book a discovery call, inbox me if you're watching this from any of my social media platforms. There's a link in my bio if you're on Instagram. If you are on the internet, search gracefullyproductive.com, which is scrolling on the screen. There's a way to stay connect with me, and you can go ahead and schedule a discovery call with me to see how success coaching, whether you're a leader or professional, success coaching and leadership coaching can help you. I do customize based on the need. So if you need some accountability, you just need someone to just guide you, that's me. And I'm happy to help you. So thank you so much. Be on the lookout for the Get Your Life Challenge and how you can sign up. And see you next week. And have a great week.